Hello. This is Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And in this part of the country, Kentucky, namely Lexington, the temperature today will go up to around 49 degrees, and the low has been around 27, presently around 23 degrees, not even above freezing. Predictions for snow, still. Probably D.C. is included in that early prediction. Washington, D.C. for a little light snow was definitely on the way. Today in this area, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 40s and lows in the mid 30s. Wind about 11 miles per hour. Sunrise was at 7:32 a.m. and sunset at 5:18 p.m. Pollen, nada, none. AQI, air quality index, is good at 36. So, if you're watching this sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sideshow coffee cup, 11-ounce black ceramic, dishwasher safe. Good for all beverages, hot and cold. Buy it from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. And pay me through Cash App. $, TR Parker 1, all caps. I was kind of looking at news items yesterday, and some of the things sparked my interest. And headlines or topics kind of look like this on the 28th of November, 2023. The Crown unveils Kate Middleton's see-through dress. Older Prince William and Harry in Season 6, Part 2. 6 seasons of The Crown. Charles Koch Network endorses Nikki Haley, aiming to shift GOP away from Trump. Robert De Niro unleashes edited speech of Gotham at the Gotham Awards. Sean Diddy Combs steps down temporarily amid controversial lawsuits. And a ray of hope amidst hostility. U.S. steps up aid to Gaza. AI controversy shakes Sports Illustrated credibility. A tale of fake authors and AI-generated profile images. An investigation showed that the authors of the articles and their pictures were AI generated and could not be found anywhere outside of Sports Illustrated organization. Excuse me. And just so we don't have the big head, this is one from Kentucky. Kentucky woman allegedly steals police cruiser with suspect still in the back. I know people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, but kind of juxtapositions with King Harris's comments at the Atlanta game with his parents. And as one individual responded, son, you cannot do anything about the success of your parents and what they have been able to provide for you. All right. Kelly Rowland upstages Beyonce at her own premiere of Renaissance, a film by Beyonce. And it's sparkling. Now, I have to comment on this headline because I'm reading Kelly Rowland, I'm relating and everything like that. And premiere, I already know about that. And then it says, talking about what she's wearing from the fashion world, and the sparkling jean. And that's like as far as my mind took it, right? So I'm accessing the picture and I say, this don't look like no jeans to me. So anyway, credit to the fashion designer Jean-Paul Gaultier. Dress as fans react, you killed it. And she did look good in it. A lot of sparkly stuff, as is stated. And it was reminiscent of Madonna's outfit that she wore on her blonde tour, the cones accenting the bodice area. So, Kelly Rowland. Israelis say a significant agreement with Elon Musk to allow Starlink in Gaza, but only if approved by Israel. So, speaking of AI generated, I saw this article. You know, if you don't know, you will know now that I surf the internet. So this article had to do, excuse me, the catching phrase was, "You'll soon see white on traffic lights, but why?" So I'm like, well, I'm curious, why? So here's the story, and it's all related to AI. And if, you know, appreciation kind of goes back to the generation that experienced 1984 by George Orwell, and it talked about Big Brother is watching you. It became like a catchphrase once computers start getting installed and cameras and stuff start going up everywhere. So now we progressed that. So George Orwell was like an old school Nostradamus, if you know, you can't really put it all together. So anyway, he had certain predictions in the book 1984, and here we are, 2023, about to be 2024, and some of these things are happening. So these predictions have extrapolated based on current research to 2050. So here we go. It has to do with automated driving or driverless vehicles, autonomous driving. So the brief explanation is you have your red, yellow, green, and this additional white light on the traffic light. And I'm quite sure that the person who invented the traffic light, Garvey, would probably took him all this time to try to improve something. But, you know, industry and technology being what it is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There we go. So anyway, just another spot on the dial. So this will allow driverless vehicles at intersections to determine who has the right of way. And it will be based on how many driverless vehicles, since some old style cars will still be on the road, have gathered at the intersection, and then will signal them as to who should go. Once the automated vehicle density has been reduced, then regular traffic flow will take over. How about that? So it would be easier for self-driving vehicles to get a signal to tell them what to do at intersections. Excuse me. But this will also allow faster traffic. So the techs at North Carolina introduced V2V, which you already are aware of, traffic cams and things like that. But this would carry like real-time data as to the busiest routes, crowded areas, just like present-day GPS, but it would just signal the vehicle so that each vehicle would have its position in what's going on with traffic. So there you go. That's the explanation of the white light. Now, it went on, this article was kind of lengthy and dealt with several different things. Road work. And this kind of relates back to the conversation I had with the man about AI taking over jobs, and I've read the list and this and that and the other. But here's one out of Britain, and I try to present also things that have an international value. So you can go anywhere in the world that there's a vehicle and you'll find a traffic light. So that's enough said. So it's not United States or one other part of the world and nobody else knows what's going on. This is something that can be interpreted around the world based on the motivating factor of climate change. So road work. So now Britain has come up with an idea of self-repairing roads because potholes are a danger to cars and also to bicycle riders. So researchers in Britain, have come up with this spore or biological growth that is found in lakes near volcanoes. So this substance would be able to repair the roads based on the fact that it's activated by water. And water is the primary cause of potholes and erosion of the highway. So the thing about it is, once this substance is applied to the road, it lasts 200 years. 200 years. So if there's a pothole or a hole developing and it rains, the spore will start immediately to generate repairs. Okay. Cameras. Vehicles will have access to sensors with real-time data based on 5G technology. And that's how they will negotiate, get around, et cetera, et cetera. Now, we all know what it is to be bumper to bumper in traffic during rush hour, morning and evening, and finding parking garage, et cetera, et cetera. But now, with autonomous vehicles, owners will be able to drop their cars off. And because there's not going to be a necessity to open doors and get in and out of the vehicle, that will produce anywhere from 62% to 87% more space in parking areas. And then some owners of autonomous vehicles might decide to just let their car roam while they're doing what they got to do instead of putting it in the garage. So that's also an option, but it might lead to certain heavy traffic situations and things of that nature. But that also would be an option. Just let the car drive itself around. Now, trains, buses, and ferries. All these things that have their fixed routes and areas they go to and service and stuff like that would then be replaced by DRT. Demand response transport. So wherever there is a demand, then that bus, train, whatever it is, would go to that area and service it. These are all futuristic ideas related to, and not necessarily fully based on, but AI. Now, if you do own one of these vehicles, there's been an option put forward. Vehicle will be able to change color. So, you buy a color, you say, that caught my attention, you might want to change it. So 240 panels on a vehicle will allow access to 34 different colors. How about that? Now, we've all seen the stories of flying cars. Okay, there is a prototype, if I'm not mistaken, a 4-seater. Looks something like a helicopter, but it has 4 wheels and is about the size of an SUV. It would have a range of 250 miles at 150 miles per hour. Burn premium gas and would sell at $789,000. Don't say it couldn't be done. And Hyundai, they already have a version out or is working on it. Not for sale. And this thing about the changing colors, it was premiered this year by at the car show, or put on display at the car show. I think it's BMW that did it. And if I'm mistaken, I apologize. But I think they were the ones that put a car that can change colors on the display floor. Now, Hyundai has a design that would have wheels and legs that could climb stairs and over vehicles. So people who have less mobility or are handicapped in some way would have a vehicle that would allow them to drive and move around. So also it would have a part in rescue where roads are too rough or inaccessible for regular vehicles. This leg apparatus would allow it to step over debris and things of that nature, and would help in rescuing people in areas where there's a lot of building damage and things of that nature. So there you have it. Those are the things that came out based on adding a white light to present day traffic lights. So there you go. 2050. Far enough ahead, but not really that far, split by half, 25, but still. Motivated by climate change. So, that pretty much covers what I had to say, except for one other thing, and this is all local, this part is local here in Lexington, so when I talk about it, try not to feel left out, because I can't get to New York right now either. So here we go. This is related to the return of R&B, a night of soulful melodies and cultural celebration. Attention all R&B enthusiasts. The moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. Get ready to enjoy the rhythm and blues at the highly anticipated event, the return of R&B. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, that's today, November 29th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And prepare to be swept off your feet by a night filled with soulful melodies and unforgettable performances. The event is set to take place at the vibrant venue of Creole, at 310 West Short Street, Lexington, Kentucky, 40507. So I'm putting this out here because I will admit I've been there a couple of times, well as some other places, and some events I do make, some I don't. And this is a comfortable place to go. Okay. Plus, it's near the police station. And officers are usually parked either directly across the street or right on the corner. So I'm going to put that out there out front so you know. But they have a nice atmosphere. They have a menu, pretty good drink selection, and prices are what you would expect. But you can go there and have a nice time. So I'm putting it out there. Creoles, tonight, 7 to 11, return of R&B, 310 West Short Street, Lexington, Kentucky, 40507. Just so you know. So amidst all the tragedies and things that have been going on and whatnot, here's a news item. Sandy Hook families offer to settle Alex Jones's $1.5 billion legal debt for a minimum of $85 million. So, he had said some things about that being a conspiracy and almost called everything a hoax So he got sued to the point of 1.5 million. He's presently going through bankruptcy proceedings. So the decision was made by the Sandy Hook families to let him go with a $85 million debt to be paid over 10 years to those families. But still, they've received a settlement. That's it. Hashtag.